welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and to my regular Friday insight reading, getting you yes, no, maybe answers to questions on your mind or in your heart. Just a heads up, I sort of feel like I'm coming down with something, so I'm keeping these really short and succinct, probably in the 5 maximum 10-minute windows, just to give the best energy I can, just kind of keeping them short. So we'll be getting really succinct messages and quick answers in this particular yes, no, maybe. Before we get into pile selection, just my typical reminder to phrase your question so that if you were to get a yes, that would feel either like a positive outcome or the outcome you're hoping for. Okay, we've got 4 piles. Pile 1, we have green or Aqua Calcite. Pile 2 is Malachite. Pile 3 is Pyrite. And pile 4, we've got Aquamarine. Okay, if you need more time to tune into the piles to feel which one holds your aligned answer, feel free to pause here. When you are ready, you can jump straight to your pile selection with timestamps are in the descriptions. All right, I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. In this, we are going to turn over 3 oracle cards, and then I will draw just a couple of tarot cards for some confirmation, and I will just be intuitively pulling out a yes, no, maybe from what I'm sensing through all of that. So intuitive hits that came as I was preparing these cards for you. Doing drawing them. I haven't seen what they are. I felt a message come in of something about what does enough mean to you, which could mean very different things to each of you. So I'm just going to kind of let that message sit and let you feel into what that means to you, but something about what does enough mean to you. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. We've got embracing, which is kind of the floodplains. It can bring this feeling of like overwhelm, but it's also the thing that needs to happen to really fertilize soils for new growth. But yeah, there is that feeling of like overwhelm, waiting, overwhelm, but underneath kind of a sense of beauty too. Okay. And then appetite, get out of your comfort zone. Interesting. Very drawn to this color as positive. Get out of your comfort zone. I sort of wonder if some of you are waiting for something to happen in an area where you're like, it is your comfort zone, like you're scared to move out of that, so you're just like waiting out a storm for your comfort zone to return to some like more fertile state. But I feel like this card is encouraging you to branch out, to like leave this instead of just sitting and waiting, go and explore instead of waiting. You can always come back when the floods have receded, but don't just sit there and wait. It's like go do something else while you're waiting. Go stretch yourself, go explore something new, push yourself to do something outside of this zone. That's what that feels like. Interesting. It's like enough waiting. Maybe that's, I don't want to, maybe that enough message means something different to you. But if you're still trying to figure out what enough means, it's like enough waiting, like go push yourself kind of thing. Antelope, new pathway. Consider whether you are happy on your current path. Yeah, so this is a split answer. There is a clear yes, but there's also a clear no, and it depends on your question. If your question has to do with something where you're waiting, you're in the old, you're doing something you've already done, something you're comfortable with, the answer is no. If you're asking about something new or anything else outside of like being stuck in a comfort zone, if it's anything else outside of that, but especially about something new, it's a hell yes. Get out, move, do something different, push your boundaries, stretch yourself, say yes to the new path. Yeah, so that's what's coming in there. Just as confirmation, I forgot I was going to do a couple of tarot cards. Let's just see if that brings in any more context that might be helpful for any of you. I'm just going to do 2 cards. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, new pages always bring in some new value, a new sense of your value, new income, new feeling of where you could get new income, new feeling of what your style is, what kind of material life you like. I don't know. And 10 of Wands. This feels like that if some of you are stuck in something, it's like it's just so burdensome. Just go do something new is coming up. It's okay to let go. Like you may feel like you need to it feels okay, this is what it feels like. Sorry, there's just YouTube things. It feels like this is a guidance, the 10 of Wands, that if you were to sit and wait on something in your comfort zone, it's going to feel burdensome and overwhelming and weighted. If you choose the new, or you shake things up, or you stretch yourself, it will come with a whole new sense of your personal value. So that's kind of just giving a little more context to those yes versus no. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope that was resonant and insightful. If so, I always appreciate likes and shares and subscribes as support. Always also grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. If you are interested in astrology, go check out my Substack, which is like a newsletter platform. I put out a monthly astrological overview for free subscribers. Paid subscribers get extra horoscopy type things as well. All right, I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are, and I hope to see you in future readings. Hello, beautiful pile 2. Welcome to your Yes, No, Maybe reading. Before we get into these initial cards, I'm going to draw a few tarot cards as well after we look at your oracle cards. But before we look at the cards, intuitive hits that came as I was getting ready for your reading was sort of like this sense of something is about to really surprise you. Something will feel unexpected, something might surprise you, and it's really going to open your eyes to seeing that there's a lot more out there than you've been aware of that is like interesting and connective and holds energy for you. Whatever that means to each of you. I don't know if that has anything to do with your actual question, but it's just like something that came through. Something's about to, be surprising to you, and it will open your eyes in a different way. Okay, let's look at your cards though. Happiness, that's beautiful. Be kind to yourself with pink opal. I think you need to lighten up about something. Be kind to yourself. Is there something you're beating yourself up about? These are the cards saying that you shouldn't. There's no need to be. What you should be is living in some joy right now. Going outside, getting some sun, connecting to your heart, connecting to some play, instead of feeling down on yourself about something. It's like lighten up. Yeah, let's see what your animal card says. Llama, soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey. So maybe that's what it is. Some things going on right now that are pushing on your growth. And so you're kind of like a little bit down in your depths with things right now, which sometimes can make you forget to smile and laugh and enjoy some simple things. I think this is saying like, yeah, you may be going through some growth. Be gentle and kind to yourself with it because it's never easy. But find moments of levity, find moments of play to balance that out. And just tapping into the message I felt when I was preparing your pile is like, I think something unexpected is about to happen that will help move you towards the happiness that's maybe not being felt exactly. I don't really have an answer yet. I'm going to pull the tarot cards to see if that can help me. I have a sense of some energy, but I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Four of Pentacles. Just do my YouTube due diligence. Okay, so Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you need to lighten up. Okay, let's get another one. Eight of Wands. Something's happening fast. So whatever that unexpected thing is, that is coming in quickly. And it will help you see yourself in a lot of new color and dimension. Not just, I think, the world too, but because it will help you see yourself in a lot of new color and dimension, that in turn helps you see the world outside of you with a lot of new color and dimension. Three of Cups, community. There's support. Any soul growth you're doing, look for some support. There should be some support around you can tap into, which could also help to bring some levity and lightness. Look for others to kind of lighten your mood. Wow, this to me, again, like pile one, it's this thing of like, it depends on what you asked. I can't get a clear yes, no, because to me it absolutely depends on what you asked. I'm just getting this general energy. I hope that in itself has been insightful and answers something, brings some insight to you. I do get the sense, here's what I'm feeling as I'm tapping into like asking spirit for a yes, no, maybe for you guys. I'm getting the sense of like, I don't think I'm supposed to give you that answer, or things are still sorting themselves out. It's like there's not a clear answer for you, but what it can tell you is you do need to lighten up. And what I do feel called to say is whether or not you end up with a yes, no, because I am going to leave you with a maybe, that no matter what you come out of this with, whether it's a yes or a no, you will come out of this feeling growth. You will come out of this energy that's currently around you with like very soon seeing yourself and life in a very different way. In the meantime, look for friends to liven up your life, to lighten up your life, to help you get moving, move something. And then whenever the answer comes in, you'll feel okay about it. Because whatever happens, it's part of your soul growth, and you'll understand that when you get your answer. But yeah, I'm not getting, it's not a clear yes, no here. It's just some advice and waiting and lighten up and don't worry about this question. Be kind to yourself, because whatever happens around this, there is something really unexpected and cool about to happen. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave you. I hope it was insightful. Yeah, sometimes I just, sometimes the clear answer is just not available, right? That's why I always include the maybe in these. But yeah, I hope it was insightful. Hopefully it was resonant. If so, I always appreciate support with likes and shares and subscribes. Definitely always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And then definitely, if you're interested in Western astrology, I have a link to my Substack, which is like a newsletter platform that I send my newsletter out through. You can subscribe for my free newsletter, which I send out like a monthly astrology kind of predictions or insight. And then if you do the paid option, there's also throughout the month, I send different by sign horoscopes for different transits that take place. So yeah, go check it out. At least the free one has lots of beautiful stuff. So might as well at least do that. All right, I will see you guys later. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your Friday Insight with your yes/no answers to questions you've brought here. So before I get into these cards, just some intuitive hits that came as I was preparing things was this feeling of like making these like micro adjustments, which is like fussing over little things, which sometimes I would feel like, give it a rest, like it's like leave well enough alone kind of thing. But I felt it different, that like, actually, yeah, it's worth it to kind of keep tweaking things. It's like a Rubik's Cube more, and it's like finding the right order or something, and you'll get it. It will click into place. Something's going to click in here is what I felt. And then as I was drawing these cards, this one flipped just enough that I generally saw what it was, but then it wanted to go face down. So I was like, okay, they're not supposed to see it yet, but it did sort of bring me a message, because I don't know what the wording is around this, but I have my own sense of what came up when I just saw it. So I feel like that will be a little different than its actual message, and I think they're both relevant. And so the feeling I got when I saw a flash of that card was like, go have fun and be you also. And that might be that thing you're looking for to click in, is just like letting loose a little bit, like relaxing, letting loose, and just being you. Even if being you in this moment is quirky, lighten up, have fun to let that out, kind of thing. Like, just do you. I don't know. That's what came. Okay, so let's look at these oracle cards, and then we will do a couple of tarot cards as well. So inner peace. Maybe you're seeking some inner peace, trying to fidget to find what that missing thing is, what the order is needed to help you find that inner peace. And maybe that's like getting into more playfulness so that you can just drop any kind of stiffness and just let yourself be, kind of thing. I don't know. Unikite, live in the now. Yeah, it's like lighten up. That seems to be a thread coming through, like lighten up for some reason in this week. In general is coming across. Live in the now, lighten up. Maybe as you're trying to find the right tweak in something, it's just about being present and relaxed in you. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's what I saw. And it does have a very different interpretation than like what the message was that came to me, which I think that's why it wasn't supposed to be upright, is like maybe I was supposed to just keep the message I felt and then add in the card's message. Unity heart, so flamingo, unity heart, you are being called to work on collective healing. And this feels very Aquarian to me, where it's like the way, at least in the message coming through here, the way to add to collective healing is by showing all of your colors, by being more you than you've ever been, by showing those original, offbeat, out of the box things that are you, is the exact thing that will bring some healing into the world, as well as into your own energy, as well as into you finding that inner peace. And you finding that inner peace is contagious. It has a ripple effect, right? So let's get some tarot. That's kind of just a general message coming through. I don't know. I'm not feeling a sense of yes, no. I'm just kind of feeling that message. So let's see if the tarot can give us some yes, no feeling. Balance. Yeah, you're trying to find balance. I'm going to do the next two cards just to help me hone in on an answer for you. I want to understand what you've asked about. Like, I want these cards to help me understand what you've asked about. And then based on the message I've already gotten and those cards, that will help me have a greater sense of a yes, no. So Queen of Swords. And this was flipping over the wheel. So looking for a change, hoping for a change. Feeling like you can nourish your mind and strength to give you the right clarity and decisions and answers to make a change happen. And that plugs into me what I was feeling of like continuing to kind of tweak things, because it will plug in. So it is a yes, like continue to tweak things. You're finding that right balanced sense of making something work, making a change happen. And it's like you will find it. Just keep tweaking till you find that thing when it feels like, yeah, that's right. But extra guidance coming through to just, for what it's worth to any of you, like just be yourself. Really just let yourself be yourself extremely. To the extremes of your spectrum of who you are. Just really let it all hang out. And it will bring this peace into what this question is, and that will be the thing that helps click everything into place. Yeah. So there is a yes here, but also this encouragement to keep tweaking and also let loose and just be yourself here. You'll find that balance. All right. That's where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate support with likes and shares and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. If you guys are interested in Western astrology, I do put out a monthly kind of overview of the astrology of the month. through a newsletter on Substack. So I will put a link to that if you want to subscribe to that. You can also choose a paid subscription, which gets you extra kind of like horoscope features throughout the month as well. Yeah, so check that out if you want. The free one is great for anyone, and why not check it out if it's free, right? And yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you guys though. So I hope you have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are, and I hope to see you in future readings. All right, see you guys. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe answers to questions you've brought here. So before we get into the cards, just some intuitive things that came through as I was preparing for your pile was the sense that you're really trusting your instincts right now, or at least you should be. I do feel like many of you are, and this is sort of like the hit I got was to like tell you good job, like, yeah, like continue to trust your own instincts in something, like you've got this. And, you know, sometimes it's good to check in with others or to get feedback or mirroring. Sometimes that's needed and sometimes that's good. But sometimes we can get too dependent on that, and that can indicate that when we really are ready and should be trusting our instincts, but we still need that kind of feedback, it's showing that you're not like strong enough to trust your own, like trusting to move towards your own desires on your own free will. It's sort of like this external dependency. But I'm feeling like, you know, you're at that stage of needing to trust your instincts in something around this question or energy around you in general. And it's like, but I got the sense that you're doing a good job with that, and kind of maybe just to, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You don't need a lot of external interference in how you're doing things right now. Like, you've got this, trust your instincts. That's deeply coming through. So let's see your cards. Forgiveness. Hematite, ground yourself. Interesting. And whale, tenderness. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Huh. 2 forgivenesses coming up. I mean, this could be a little different for each of you, so I'll just give some examples. Maybe you literally need to forgive somebody, like it would be in your best interest, and your instincts are telling you to forgive someone, and yes, that would say do forgive them. Maybe you're needing to forgive yourself, and again, that instinct would be right. Either of those options would help you to feel more grounded by just finding that tenderness and a more, yeah, like compassionate, forgiving spirit. For some of you, I mean, I think there's well beyond what I'm giving examples of. But another thing that comes up around this is like, just in general, cultivating sort of a softer shell right now, being a more forgiving kind of quality. I feel that, you know, like, I feel that in terms of like holding energy too. Like if something is not forgiving, it can be really brittle. And if something's a little bit giving or forgiving, it has some spring in it. It's able to bend and be a little bit flexible. So for some of you, it may be more like that. You're needing to be more giving, flexible, soft in how you're holding something in this question. So it may be more literal, or it might be more of that energetic quality. That if you hold something too stiff or too stubbornly right now, is not the right approach, it will like break, you know, or you might regret it or something like that. So it's like be more gentle, more giving, more lenient type of thing coming through there. So yeah, however that relates to your question, it's hard for me to pull a yes, no out of just that, which is why we're going to do a little bit of tarot as well. So I'm going to do one tarot card that kind of adds to this story, and then I'm going to do two other tarot cards that I'll talk about when we get there. This one feels like it's coming out 4 of Cups. Let's see, we need to push these up. I'm trying to remember now, what was the intuitive hits I had coming through? Oh, trusting your instincts. Oh, so maybe, okay. And maybe tapping into that energetic quality of holding things more in a more giving, compassionate way, holding your energy that way in general, that could be an instinct you're having, and that would be saying, yes, you're correct, do that. And 4 of Cups is like maybe you are wanting to trust your instinct, but you're still a little unsure of trusting your instinct, and this is saying don't let other people meddle in, you know, like don't get outside opinions right now. You know the right thing, the right way forward, you know the answer, you know how to hold yourself or what to do, but you're feeling a little bit insecure about it. And this is just like, trust yourself, you've got this. Which makes me hesitant to give a lot of advice here, because that's just giving into that like need to have feedback. So like all I really want to say is trust yourself. You have the right instinct. And then I'm going to get 2 tarot cards to show me the energy of what you're asking. So I'm getting some energy in general around your question, but I need more specific energy around what your question is so that I know how the energy I'm feeling interacts with what you're bringing here. Cosmic Union. What is that in traditional tarot? Cosmic Union. Huh. And I was just thinking maybe it's the Lovers, and I was like, no, I've already just seen the Lovers today, and it's not that. Cosmic Union and the Lovers. Oh, it's Temperance. And I was just telling myself, trust your instinct, you've got this. Because I was like, I think I need to go pull the guidebook for this tarot so I know. But then I was like, no, you should be trusting your instincts. Yeah, I think this is, if this isn't Temperance, I'm just reading it as Temperance because I have to go with my instinct, right? So bringing certain things into balance. You are more integrated. You need to be more sure of yourself right now than you currently are. You are more integrated than you realize. But I think you've been doing a lot of work of like integrating aspects of yourself you've newly been seeing and understanding. And you've done a really good job of bringing this new integration into you. It's flowing, it's correct, it's right. So like trust yourself. There's no need to be insecure. You know what to do. Trust your instinct. And so I feel like this reading is more of a pep talk, and that it is a yes, because it's like whatever you're bringing here, it's like you already know. And if the outcome, I asked you to phrase your question so that yes would be the answer you were wanting. And so unless you asked a question in a way where yes isn't what you wanted, then it is a yes. If you ask this question in a way where you would have rather have gotten a no, well, either way, you get a yes. It's about trusting your instincts here, and they're correct, and you just need to do it and find that strength and be more sure of yourself. Yeah, this is just a pep talk. I'm not going to, I don't want to interfere beyond that, because it's just like you need to trust yourself. It's time for you to not get more feedback. Like beyond this reading, stop the feedback. Trust yourself. You know what to do here, or what's right, or what the answer is already. Yeah, so you've got this. All right, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope this resonated. If so, I always appreciate support with likes and shares and subscribes. Also, always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. Also, just a little notification I'm trying to do better at is letting people know about my astrology newsletter. I put out once a month a free kind of outlook on the astrology of the month. There is a link in my description. It's on the SUBSTACK platform that I do this newsletter. So that's, you'll see kind of like a SUBSTACK link. That's a link to subscribe to my free newsletter. There's also a paid option that gets you more kind of like by sign horoscopes throughout the month for the different major transits that unfold during a month. But there is, you know, plenty of beautiful stuff in the free monthly newsletter. So check that out if you like astrology. All right, I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are.